collision of HNoMS Helge Ingstad, F313. The sinking of HNoMS Helge Ingstad, F313, a Norwegian Fridtjof Nansen-class frigate, is one of the most dramatic events in modern naval history. The incident occurred in the early hours of 8 November 2018 in the Hjeltefjorden, near the Sture oil terminal, north of Bergen, Norway. The collision. The Helge Ingstad was returning from a major NATO military exercise, Trident Juncture, at a speed of approximately 17-18 knots. At the same time, the Maltese-flagged heavy oil tanker Sola TS, which was fully loaded with crude oil, was leaving the Sture terminal. The main factors that led to the collision were: 1. Bridge misinterpretation. The crew on the Helge Ingstad believed the Sola TS to be a stationary object, or part of a shore installation, because the tanker had its deck lights on, making it difficult to see the normal navigation lights. 2. Passive AIS mode. The Helge Ingstad had its automatic identification system, AIS, in passive mode, not transmitting signals, to maintain military secrecy. As a result, the Sola TS and the Vessel Traffic Service, VTS, were unable to identify the Helge Ingstad as a warship on the move. 3. Lack of communication. Despite attempts by the Sola TS to contact the ship by radio and request that the warship change course to starboard, the crew on the Helge Ingstad continued to misunderstand that they were talking to one of the other ships coming from the opposite direction. 4. Late maneuver. By the time the misunderstanding was resolved, it was too late. Commander Helge Ingstad ordered a turn to port, attempting to avoid the tanker's bow, but instead cut across the Sola TS's path. Impact and damage. At 0401, the two ships collided. Chassis, Sola TS. Minor damage to the bow, particularly at the anchorage. HNoMS Helge Ingstad. Severe damage. Sola TS's large anchorage tore a hole about 45 meters long in the starboard side of the warship. Factors leading to the sinking. 1. Breach of watertight compartments. The tore opened several watertight compartments, causing the ship to immediately sink. 2. Flooding via hollow propeller shafts. The investigation report found that water entered the engine room through the hollow propeller shafts, a design flaw. 3. Failed damage control. During the evacuation of the crew, 137 people, 7 minor injuries, the crew failed to close some watertight doors and hatches, designed to keep the ship stable. This allowed water to continue, flooding other rooms and eventually slowly sinking the entire ship. To prevent the ship from sinking completely, the commander ordered a run ashore, but a few days later, the Helge Ingstad sank and listed in the shallows as seen in the picture. Final fate. After a difficult salvage operation in 2019, Norwegian authorities concluded that the cost of repairs would exceed the cost of building a new ship. It was considered a constructive total loss. Therefore, HNoMS Helge Ingstad was scrapped in 2021. Lessons learned. An extensive investigation by the Norwegian Safety Investigation Authority, NSIA, has provided several safety recommendations to the Norwegian Navy, shipping companies, and coastal authorities to improve crew training in bridge, teamwork, damage stability, and procedures for using warships, AIS systems in civilian traffic areas.